Hey everybody, it's Greg LeBoeuf. Welcome to Awaken to Protect Our Within. Today I want to talk to you about two simple things: labels and expectations.
So the big question was this: what do good people do when a society's laws and institutions fail to keep them safe from aggression and violence? How do you get through a growing number of angry, hateful, aggressive people and still remain physically, mentally, and emotionally strong and positive? That was the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Greg LeBoeuf, and welcome to Awaken the Protector Within.
Okay, labels and expectations. Number one, get rid of all the labels. Never allow yourself to be labeled. Do not label yourself. Okay, why? Because labels come with expectations. Pure and simple. What you expect to be true, what you expect to happen, will happen. It will become true. Because the second you have an expectation, your subconscious, your perception of the world begins to diligently work towards manifesting that, okay? If you expect to fail, your subconscious will actually work towards your failure. Okay, your expectations, positive or negative, make no difference. Your subconscious begins to drive you towards that. Even like I said, even the negative, where it'll cause you pain, and you can sit there intellectually and say, I don't want this, your expectations will manifest. We must learn to regulate it. So here's the thing, labels. I hate the word victim. Why? Because the word victim comes with so many labels. It comes with so many expectations, Victim has expectations. Oh, you were the victim of. How are you hurting? How are you broken? How are you suffering? Now, right there, I was the victim of a violent assault. And I say it every time I say that. I hate that flippin' word, but I became the victim because, yes, I experienced trauma, physical, mental, and emotional. I became the victim because they broke me mentally and emotionally. I didn't know what to do. I absorbed the victim mentality. I took on that label. I felt the anger. You're right. I became angry. Why? Because these people did this to me and they hurt me. I became angry because I felt powerless. Guess what? The label of a victim, it all made sense. It allowed me to justify. Why is Greg so angry? Why is he pulling away from his friends? Why is he so distant? Why is he such a different person? He just hasn't been the same since the assault. Well, because he was assaulted, because, they almost killed him, because, look at his injuries. It took almost a year to heal. You see, whether it's everybody else, and those people think, I feel bad for him. So it's like they want to justify, even for themselves, why I am the way I am all of a sudden. Why I'm behaving the way it is. Well, there's a reason. No, there's a label. And with that label, there was expectations. And so those people, it was a free pass, and it was a free pass from everybody around me to behave, to feel, to think, to become, and live and act out in accordance with that label. That was it was justified in their minds, at least for a long period of time. And of course, guess what? When everybody else is willing to put the label on and everybody else goes, yep, that's a great reason, there's justification for you, that became very easy for me to go, yeah, boom, there's my hall pass. I can feel this way, I can act this way, I can be this, I can do all this stuff because I'm the victim. I didn't want that, but it happened. So now all of a sudden, the label comes with all the expectations and it becomes easy. We just got to simply stop labeling. Now, right, we could look at post-traumatic stress disorder. It wasn't that long ago that there was many people professing that if you got diagnosed with PTSD, that was pretty much like a life sentence. You were gonna battle that to the day you die. It was like no cure for it. It was like all of a sudden you were like certifiably, mentally, emotionally damaged and broken. Nowadays, thank goodness, that has changed a lot. But there's still people out there that think that way. So PTSD became a victim stamp of its own with all of these expectations. Why can't you hold down a job? Oh, I had PTSD. Why do you have PTSD? Oh, because I was in the military and I experienced a trauma, because I was in a domestic violence situation. Whatever the trauma was, the specific cause of the trauma, all of a sudden the label fits and the expectations come with that label. And now we're all justified. Everybody around us has justification for our behavior and for what we can and can't do, and so do we. It's a death sentence. It's a trap. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Is there trauma? Yes, there's trauma. Can that trauma affect you? Can it affect you psychologically? Can it affect you biochemically? Can it affect you physically? Yes. Can those effects prevent you from holding down a job? Prevent you? Yes, all those things can. But there's a massive difference between pulling in a label, and remember, labels, I'm the victim, often become I am statements. I am the victim. I am broken. I am traumatized. I am a PTSD victim. Whatever it is, we do not want the labels. See it for what it is, not worse than it is, and start dealing with it. There are always solutions. And the second that you get rid of the label, you get rid of the expectations. There is no universal reality. There is only our reality. An individual that suffers from trauma, my trauma, how I experienced that, the pain, the suffering, the way that it actually manifested in me physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually was unique to me. Nobody else can experience the trauma the same way I did. So expectations are garbage. We are different people. None of us experience the same thing. Now, we can have similarities. We can have things in common. We can understand each other. We can have had similar experiences, but our reality is our reality. So, without the labels, without the expectation, what I had to do was just see, how is this affecting me? Where's my anger come from? And just deal with it. See it for what it was. There was no expectation to have the anger. There was no justification to stay angry. It was just, all of a sudden, this is how I'm feeling. I feel a tremendous amount of anger. Where's the anger come? You with me? Is it anger? Is it anxiety? Just to see it for what it is. I did not have, the second that my mentors shattered the labels and refused to allow me to hold on to the expectations that came with the label of victim, what they did for me was destroyed the label and gave me new expectations. They created what is called an identity shift. You want to have a label? Get rid of the I am label statements. I am the victim. I have PTSD. I am this. And start taking on some powerful, empowering I am statements. I am a protector. I am ready, real, resilient, relentless, and ruthless. And change out the expectations that way if you want to use labels and expectations. So this is where I want to share with you, simply because especially in North America, North American culture wants to catalog everything. We need to identify it. We need to name it, we need to label it, and we need to catalog it. That is what North American society loves to do. Let's take apart the engine. There's a name for every part, there's a purpose for every part, there's an order for every part. They want to do it with everything. Well, when it comes to trauma, when it comes to us, the humanness in all of us, okay, you cannot separate the mind from the body, and we are more than just labels. We are more than just a sum of our parts that can be cataloged and dissected. There is so much to us that we do not understand, and we all have our own universal reality and our own universal perceptions. So we cannot cookie cutter this with labels and expectations that one size fits all. So do yourself a favor. If you think about your I am statements, and if you are living, I am the victim of, I am the survivor of domestic assault, I am the survivor of this. I like survivor because it's a little more positive, but take a look at the expectations that come with that. Are there expectations that are keeping you stuck in that story? You got to stop being stuck in a story, start standing on your story, and start moving forward. Get rid of the labels, get rid of the expectations. All right, everybody, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Till next time, stay safe, stay ready. Remember, getting off that X is only one step away.
Want to awaken your protector within? If so, then head to awakentheprotectorwithin.ca and get your free Off the X training today.